All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's stream. Today, gonna be animating some stuff again. Gonna try something a little bit different today, and I have a feeling that I'll be running into how do I put it? Blender's shortcomings when it comes to animation and stacking. So we'll see how we go. I have no idea how well this will turn out, but worth a shot. Anyway, what I'm going to animate today is the wolf kind of dodging the bullets from the previous animation. And for those who don't know what that animation looks like, let's have a look. It looks like this one. So I animated this last week. I'm actually really happy with the result. Never mind the little, if you see artifacts, that's just VLC being shit. But very happy with this. I mean, there's some stuff that I need to complete, like her eye direction there, and a little bit of movement inside of the girl, the little girl in the background. So I'll probably add a little bit of that in my own time. But overall, I'm very happy with this result, and I am going to add a little bit of a shot with that, and that should be done. But overall, I'm very happy with the way that one turned out. So the next shot is basically from the perspective of her shooting at that wolf as it dodges some bullets. So yeah, I've got a run cycle from my other part of the show. So now the question is, how do I make it work with that action? So I'm going to give that a go. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to delete this cube. And I'm going to go back to all the way to one of my earlier shots and grab the animation from there. Because the way that works with this particular animal is that because there's physics on it, you can't really reference stuff in, which sucks. So I'm going to bring it in through just copy and pasting it, basically. So let's have a look and see what we can do. All right. So based on the scene number, honestly, it would just be scene 101. So what I'm going to do is open up the file and have a look. And eventually I have to go through and clean up all these bloody scenes because of the change in the rig. But so there's Evie. Obviously the animation is out of date, so it has to be fixed. But that's all good. Let's hide this one away and bring back the wolf. And there's the wolf. Boom, 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 boom. So what I want to do is grab that animation. I'm going to grab that animation and see what we can do about reusing this movement. I'm hoping to reuse some of this movement. I have no idea if it's going to work. But basically I want to have it jump left, right, and then cut as it runs. So it like dodges between the walls essentially. So the question is, will it work? So first thing I need to do is obviously copy in this whole I'm going to copy in the whole collection. So you can see I have the rig, I have the empty that's controlling the wolf movement. And I think everything else is in that collection too. Let's make sure it is. So I got the physics for the physics for the tail is all in there too. So yeah, that's good too. So all I needed to do is append, not import or not link, but append the wolf to that other scene. So let's go ahead and do that. Append and select the right file. So let's go to my other file. Making sure I'm going for the right one this time, not like the other the other day where I got the backup file by accident, which I will have to back up anyway. And by the way, thank you for joining me this morning. If you are watching, thank you for watching. If you want to leave a comment in the chat, feel free. And yeah, if you want to chat, ask a question, whatever, just put something up there. It's all good. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and grab the scene. Where are we? So we're going to go with name. Let's go part 6, collection, and we're going to go with wolf. The whole thing should import then. You can see here that something's going on here. Okay, that one's working all right. The question is why? Okay, cool. Yep, they're just all the widgets. Okay, I can hide those away. Nice. So you can see here it's working pretty good, at least for now. Now what I need to do here is replace the movement of this curve, and I'm not going to actually delete the curve because I'm actually going to still use it. What I'm going to do is just flatten it out. So this is the nice thing about Blender, is that it's pretty adaptable and doesn't require a lot in terms of like if you want to do that, like change things, adapt things, it's pretty good for that. So flatten out the curve. Let's bring that curve back to Earth. There we go. That'll do. You can see here the physics need to be reset as well. Oh, thank you for joining. And thank you for saying hello. Cheers. Hope your morning's doing good. I'll fix the tail when the time comes, but for now, that's not a big deal. All right, cool. I want to hide those, so let's see what we can do here. So the reason why this is screwing up is because this tail there needs some work, basically. Look at the armature. We can we have to rebake that cloth. So let's go ahead and just do that. Clear the cache on that. Bake it down. And it should work. There we go. All good. Thank you for joining. NZ, so you would be ahead of us or behind us. I can't remember now. You're ahead of us. So yeah, good morning. Happy 9 a.m. 9 a.m. or was it 10 a.m. there? All right, cool. There's a tail. It's working all right. That'll do for now. I'm not too concerned about it for the time being, but what I am concerned about is creating what I want to create. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm going to have this actually follow through with the action. So I don't need to, in this case, I don't need to have this hold here. What I do need to have is it just animate the entire way through. So I'm going to grab this null or empty here and kind of push these keyframes literally forward and see how it's tracking. Let's go to side view and have a look. Again, don't worry about the tail. It doesn't matter. A little bit of slipping there. But will anyone notice if I have the camera moving? And I don't think I'm actually going to show the full feet. I'm not sure yet. So we'll see. We'll see. I think it will be fine because the camera's going to be moving so quickly. It doesn't matter. Now the question is, will that be enough to show my action? So we'll have a look now. Let's bring this camera forward and down. I have to make sure as well that when I am using this camera, it's not in the ground. So that's another thing. And what I can do to keep this camera nice and in place, I can actually use the same null or the same empty to control the movement of this camera. That way they'll move in unison, because that's what I want them to do. So just going to go ahead and slap on a child of constraint onto that null from the camera, and it should work pretty good. Yep, looking good. Actually, doesn't mind that. That's actually looking pretty sick. Obviously, the animation could use a little bit of work, but we're getting there. That's good to see. That's all that matters for me. I'll worry about everything else after the fact. Honestly, I probably should have used a different scene because this one has a little bit less polish than the other one. Doesn't matter though. I'm going to have to edit it quite a bit anyway. And to make this a little bit more, let's have a look. Let's go to 7.1. How far is this? Just seeing the distance it travels. Okay. See how this feels when I look at it. Okay, could be a little bit longer. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the keyframe for the empty and click on T and actually Control E or Shift E and go with linear extrapolation. So let's see if it can continue moving forward. Oops. Let's go to the key. Let's go to the graph editor and click on those. There we go. That's better. Hopefully it can keep on going until, yeah, that's cool. Until I want to stop. 2, 3, 4. So right now it's hitting at 24 FPS. So it's basically running at 24 FPS. So what I need to do is just estimate how long this thing will be. So right now it's around 2 seconds here at this point here at 48. That's 2 seconds. So I probably want to go around 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I reckon so. That'll do all right. And what is that? That means it's 72, I think 24, 48, 24, 48. That would bring it at 68, 72. Yep, so 72 frames. I'm going to leave it, I'm going to have it maximum 72 frames long. So 3 second scene. And then it's time to animate the wolf a little bit more. So what I'm going to do now is firstly clean up the action a little bit. Get rid of that left leaning wobble and obviously time this out as well. Let's go ahead and let's see. Am I talking? Yeah, good. I thought for a second I thought the mic wasn't working. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Sorry. Save this as, obviously. And the good thing about this scene, at least, is that I don't have to worry about Evie or the girl or anything like that. It's just purely the wolf, so I don't have to worry too much about the eccentricities of the shot. Good afternoon, good morning from Australia. Yeah, let's go ahead and save this out. So this is going to be scene, I'm going to call it scene 19 or shot 19. Wolf dodges bullet. You can see here that, yeah, I don't use the scene editor that much for this, because it's just the file will just get huge. So got that saved, nice and safe. We can now work in peace. Cool. How did I learn to animate? Well, partly at university, mostly at after uni, but even then I had to go to a college, I guess you can call it, online college, to refine and learn more. I would like to even learn even bit more skills, honestly. I haven't learned everything. But animation to me is the at least in 3D or even in 2D actually, animation is the perfect example of easy to do, hard to master. It's probably the hardest thing, in my opinion, to do properly or learn how to do properly compared to anything else in 3D. Which is funny because it's like the most, I guess you can say, it's the least technically arduous part of the process. You don't need to learn. You don't really need to know a lot about 3D to do good animation. In my opinion, you don't have to learn. You don't have to know how to model. You don't have to know how to rig. You just need to know how to use the rig. That's it's like learning. It's like using learning how to ride a bike. You just learn how to ride the bike. You don't have to learn how the bike works to make it. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's how I would say uh, animation works. But yeah, in terms of learning, it just takes it's just a constant sort of thing. All right, cool. Let's just bake this down again, just so it looks a bit cleaner. So if you're wondering how I did the tail, I use a very basic set of cloth physics to control the tail. And that little line of edges controls the joints that are part of the tail, which are driven by a constraint. All right, cool. So looking a little bit better now. Actually, don't mind the head turn, the way the head turns. What I'm going to do is quickly use the animation animate plugin to lower his head for this one, because I want it to be lower and more imposing. And I think I did this in the other animation files as well, but I just haven't turned it on properly. Camera view. Let's go ahead and open up our graph editor, and let's see what we can do. I'm going to open up another window here just so I can see it from the side. And what I want to do is turn on animate, turn that on, and hope for the best. Oh, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and give that a little bit of a whirl. Deactivate. Let's give this one a bit of a whirl. There we go. Deactivate that. And then finally, let's give this a little bit of a, just a little bit of a, there we go. That looks better. So what I'm going to do now is, as well, yeah, I'm definitely going to remove some of that head tilt. That's really strong, actually. That's ridiculous. Let's get rid of that a little bit. It's a bit strong. That looks much better. All right, cool. So in the moments that this is happening, this camera can actually slightly pan inwards as it not pan, truck inwards as it you know, gets closer inverted commas to the camera. So what I'm going to do is actually fake it by changing the location of that camera ever so slightly. And as it moves, I can do something like this. There we go. Something like that. Oh, well, welcome. I hope everything's okay where you are. Appreciate the watching me work while, you know, things are happening there. I hope you're safe. Yeah, what else can I say? I'm sorry you're in that position, but thank you for watching. I'll have to look that up. Let's see what that means. Sorry, I'm going to translate that. Yeah, true. Okay. Yep, just did the translation. Yeah, I agree. I hope you're safe, and thank you again. Wow. Yeah, I know, right? But yeah. I know that if I was in your position, I would definitely not be watching my stream. But you know, if it helps, get your mind off things, I can only say I hope you're okay, and everything's going all right for you. All right, cool. So I got that animation going. And I'll probably actually slow down that the head bob as well. I might actually how's it going? Thanks for coming in today. I'm animating a wolf dodging bullets. That's what I'm trying to do today. At least the starting of that such a thing. Okay, I'm on the wrong controller. Let's see about dropping the intensity and how that affects things. Let's see how that works. Grab those both. Let's see how that looks. Still quite large, that movement. Okay, I see what's going on. The negative is what matters. So let's get that down a little bit. All right, cool. Let's see how that looks. That looks so much better. All right, cool. We're on our way. Alright, cool. Now, the question is, what do I do to make this wolf dodge? Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see. So now we have this animation here, right? I have a choice. Either alter this animation as it is on a single layer, or try and use the NLA editor to do, well, the secondary action. I am going to try and use the NLA. I don't usually do this, but because it's a looping animation and I don't want to screw with it, I want to use the cycle as a base. Nice. Classic name. My name. Yeah, because I want to use this loop as a base. I don't want to screw with it. So let's go ahead and put this down to a NLA. Right? And what we're going to do is make a new action. And we're going to add a new track. Let's add a new track. And we're going to add a new action. Again, open up this up. Open up the dope sheet. Oh, sorry, the action editor. And we're going to make a new action. All right. I'm going to call this dog dodge. All right, cool. So with that in mind, let's add a keyframe on all of things. Let's do it on everything. All right, cool. And we're going to push this down. Should I do it now? I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you can see it's already overriding some parts of the leg. So what we're going to do is push this down to a new layer. And on this layer, we should be able to add or combine. No. Let's go to strip. Don't want to combine. I want to add. Come on. I hate. This is the part where Blender breaks down. I'm telling you right now. It's just the way you combine overlapping animation is just. This is why people go back to Maya. Basically, this is the part where people go back to Maya because of this problem with overlapping animation. Yeah, nice. All right. Oh, round cube. That's interesting. Rig. Okay. Yeah. Ah, thanks. Don't know about being that great this morning. This is where the problem solving starts. So I don't really use the NLA that much, but it's usually all right. Cool. So let's turn on nothing. That fixed that. This one is also set to nothing. So firstly, let's just make sure that's working. That is working. Turn nothing on that one. Good. All right, so let's just see if this works. I'm gonna go back into this rig here, into this Yeah, because the model will always is a separate object. Anything that's a separate object can store animation data. So you should always avoid to keyframe. Should always avoid keyframing the model itself, and only work with the. Oh, also, yeah, you're right about the rig. The rig will have an object container, which is the armature, which is considered an object, and then the joints, which are considered joints. That's why they have two different kinds of keyframes. So there's that. Um, all right, cool. So let's just jump into this set of keyframes, and let's see what happens when I bounce the wolf sideways. Let's just see what happens. Will it work? All right. I need to combine this now just to see if this works. So let's push add. No, that's not working. Combine. Come on. I've had this work before. It just doesn't want to work this morning. Right now it's setting around 2.5 minutes. 2 minutes. It'd probably be around 2.5 minutes at this point. That's how long it will be. I keep adding new stuff, so a bit of unfortunately it's a bit of scope creep. Originally it's going to be like maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Now it's about 2.5 minutes. But I'll rein it in on the next one in terms of my ideas, because that's more dialogue driven. Would be the second episode. All right, cool. So just trying to figure out what's going on here. If anyone can chip in, feel free to give me some heads up on what I'm missing here. Animated influence. No. Blend in, blend out. Is that why? No, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening there. Let's just double check to see I'm not missing anything. Let's just turn that off for now and just see what happens there. Nothing. All right, cool. There are keyframes there. It is animating. Oh, nice. Let's see. I'm just going to try and override this. Let's just try turning this off for now and see what happens with this track. Turn off nothing. There we go. Why isn't it working? Sorry, I'm just this is why I was streaming this, because I wanted to point out this is basically the problem with Blender's animation system at the moment, is just how yeah, laying up animation is such a pain. And until they fix this shit, this is one of those key things that keep it from being used in studios. Is just the way you combine animations. So look it up actually. Overlay, animation, Blender, NLA. I'm just gonna try and find one that will work. So for those who jumped in, by the way, I'm animating this wolf. And the wolf is looking good. I'm happy with the wolf. It's just I'm trying to animate now the dodging effect. So I got this looping animation. Now the question is, how do I combine it? You know what I mean? How do I combine it with some new animation? So I'm actually looking for that. All right. All right. So we got this one. All right. I just want to overlay it. That's all. Let's see. Combine, replace, combine. Animated influence, animated strip time. I mean, that shouldn't make a difference. Add. I know there's animation on there, because if you hide this one away and play this one, it should move. So if I hold this, okay, it's not working. It's just working now. I don't know. Fuck. Let's see. This is where I feel like a fool. Honestly, half the time I feel like a fool when this happens. Let's see. We've got nothing. Set this to nothing as well. So yeah, hold. If you hold it, set it to hold. It adds like almost like a locked thing. Auto blend in. That's good. Let's go combine and see what happens if we combine two now. No, that's not going to work. Add. Okay, that's interesting. Replace. Okay, let's see what happens when we push combine. Will it work now? Combine all of them. Let's combine both. You can do layering, animation, and motion builder. Blender layering system should be molded after that. Yeah, for sure. No question. Even Maya's animation layering is better at this point. It's crazy. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a brain fart this morning. Let's see. Yeah, it should be combine. That should be set to combine. That's done. Maybe it's up here. Combine. Combine. Let's go to nothing. Okay, the default is set. Let's have a look. No, still not working. Strip. Active strip. That's good. Action strip is selected. Again, just trying to figure out the bloody eccentricities here. There we go. Both are set to combine. That's good. Let's see. Let's just see what happens if I just push replace again. Okay. Well, interestingly, I see. Okay. Here we go. We're getting somewhere now. Little star. Combine. Now I'm trying to remember now. The star means something here. So you can see here what I mean by the little star. What we need to do is make sure that they stay playing at all times. So don't you love that animation? All right, cool. We're getting somewhere now. These should... Okay. Okay, I get it. I think I get it now. So we go just add. Let's see. Lock markers. Edit. All right, cool. So let's see. Contribute. There we go. Finally. Okay, cool. Stupid default crap. You gotta unmute. You gotta make sure that like the little star like mutes everything else. So as long as they're both unmuted, or there we go. So now it's working. Now, the question here is, how do I get it to overlay without it breaking? And why does this one have keyframes? I have no idea why this one has keyframes. Let's just delete that. Oh, because they all have keyframes. That's why. That's right. Anyway, so this is working now. The question is now, how do I get it to add effectively? There we go. So replace seems to be the answer. At least for now. You can see here though, the problem is that it actually replaces the animation 100%. Right? So what we want to do is we want to combine it in a way that isn't like overriding everything. So the question is, how do we do that now? And normally that would be combine. See how it's all working together there. But you can see here that it doesn't quite work the way you want it to, because even though it's combining animation from the layer below, it completely overrides the numbers here. So see how you got location 0? Relative to like more advanced rigs, yeah, they're fairly simple, honestly. There's no twist, for instance, no tune controls or anything like that. But as a starting point and for animating for games, it should be fine. Yeah, if you want more advanced twisting rigs and stuff like that, you'd have to look at I think it's the third video, and then integrate that into the rest of the rig. That's what I would say about that. All right, cool. Let's add this to replace. Let's see what happens. Okay, I think this is... Okay, let's go ahead and change this to add and see what happens. Nothing. Subtract, that does nothing. Combine, there's nothing. Let's add this one to replace. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the super chat, Callie Johnson. Yeah, going well. Just trying to figure out the eccentricities of the animation problem I'm having. And you can see here that like, yeah, well, it's already got the base animation. And then these layers are not layering up the way I want to, basically. That's the problem. Like, combine is basically overriding the animation, as you can see here. So, because I don't want to bake down that base animation, because it's basically just looping. It's a looping animation. And what's the point of having a nice looping animation if you can't lay up extra movement at the same time? I don't know why this is being a bitch too, so I'm just going to delete that keyframe. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining the stream, by the way. I'll be popping off at 9, or as in like in about 5-10 minutes, because I do have unfortunately, I got a bunch of contract work that I got to work on. But yeah, hopefully by the next stream I'll have fixed up this problem, this little dilemma that I'm facing, which is really, really frustrating half the time. So let's just go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and just animate that anyway, and then do another side dodge. Let's see what happens when I do another dodge. 1, 2. 1, 2. No, you can't apply transforms on animation. You can't. It doesn't work that way. And you'd be surprised, like just by doing that, you can see how much faster I can actually make this animation. Like the fact that it's like probably only going to be like a second long when you think about it. One, two, and then one more this way. Let's go another one this way. You can see this, like, this is just the problem here with like the way it's just not inheriting properly. I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, it's been a busy couple of weeks, and it's going to continue being busy until I reckon until like April. Yeah, but now just trying to figure out this very simple thing to do, which is just copying and laying up animation. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, cheers. Thank you very much. And I'm hoping to bring out some more stuff in the next day or so. So tonight, I'll probably record the first animation tutorial. It may come as a surprise to some people who are looking to get right into it, but it's going to be technical, but it's also going to be like a proper basic introduction to animation, like understanding basic things. So hopefully you guys appreciate it, and then we'll jump in as we get into the next few videos. It'll get more and more advanced, but yeah, very basic tutorial, but fun if you like to draw. Cool. Let's see. We've got the blends. That's not going to be a case. That's not the problem. It's animated influence. It's just the way that it inherits stuff that's really a pain in the ass here. I'm gonna have to look this up, I think. Otherwise, it's just gonna be an absolute pain. I'm gonna say overlay animation without breaking its blender. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can find something. Okay, that's with videos, not the one I want, but it's all right. I think I'll have to wrap it up anyway. So it's probably best if I just. It's not a bull. It's a wolf. It looks like a wolf when you have the fur on it. But yeah. If anyone has a solution here in this chat, feel free to tell me what it is, because it is definitely not a simple one. Let's see. Combine. Honestly, it should be add. It should be set just to be set to add, or whatever. You can see here that like without the thing, with the thing set to replace, it really does break the animation. So it has to be either combine or something else. Let's have a look at the modifiers. I don't think modifiers will do anything there. Yeah, yeah, it's all good. All right. Unless I just compensate the animation, which really sucks. So basically, I have to go in and just like go inside this part here and just say, um, yep. But even then, it's breaking the rotation even. See what I mean? How different it is. It's because it's also replacing animation from the other parts of this thing, which sucks. I use Maya for teaching, and I'll like things that I can't do in Blender. Sometimes I'll have to move over, but yeah, it's moments like this where you kind of go, okay, like animating in Blender is actually way easier than animating in Maya in terms of just mirroring stuff and all that sort of thing. But in terms of like this technical shit, Maya still is much more reliable. I'm gonna have to wrap it up there. Thank you for watching. I know I've been fumbling my way through things, but it's all part of the process, and it's worth looking at the shortcomings of the software that you use every day anyway. I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will be on tomorrow morning as well. So I'm looking forward to hopefully have solved this problem before